everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made a wedding cake. So I've got my tins, I've done the baking, and basically here are my tins, as you can see they've baked. So the first day is basically just I spend most of the time which is baking all the cakes. It's a 3-tier cake. I've got a 10-inch, I've also got 8-inch, and I've got the 6-inch cakes which are actually in the oven baking right now. So once they've cooled down after about an hour or 2 hours, and you just touch the cake to see if it's cool to the touch, then obviously you cut the cake at the top just to even it out. I've got my cake board here, which is a 12-inch. I should have got 14, but I got 12-inch, and I'm just applying some buttercream here. And here's my first layer of cake, so I'm just pressing down. I suggest if you're wanting to make a wedding cake to start with small cakes first. Just practice with small cakes like birthday cakes or just normal 6 or 8-inch cakes, and then you work your way up. So if you are going to make a wedding cake, I suggest you practice before you make the final one, because it can be quite stressful and it's like a big project. At times you feel like a bit confused, you don't know what to do. So I just learn as I go along. So here's my first layer. I'm just putting some buttercream on here, and it's soft, it's room temperature. If your buttercream is quite hard, you can just mix it with just a little bit of touch of water or a drop of milk just to soften it, or leave it out for another half an hour so you can apply the buttercream to the cake. So I'm just coating my cake like here, just applying the layer of buttercream. And you're going to need a lot of buttercream. I had to go to the shops to get more buttercream because I kind of finished, basically ran out of stock, so I had to go out again, which can be quite annoying, but it's got to be done. So anyway, this cake was supposed to be finished in 2 days, and 2-3 days I had left, so I left it to the last minute, which is not the best thing to do. Always stay organized when you're making a wedding cake. Get all your stuff, decor, cake decorating stuff beforehand. Just makes it easier. So I had only 3 days to quickly do the baking, decorating, and just ensuring that it's all done. I do it like that. But here we go, just carrying on. And I would have showed you the whole video of how I made this wedding cake, but unfortunately, because I was under a short space of time, I wasn't able to video all of it. So a little bit is better than nothing. So there you go. So here's the other cake layer, which I'm going to get out of the tin, and they're quite heavy. So I'm just using a knife around the sides of the tin just to loosen the cake so we can slip the cake out easily. I will give you some tips on the way on, ways how to make a wedding cake or what we can do so you don't have a disaster. So you tip it over, and I'm just going to take this off now. I always put a piece of this metal thing in here. I always use that. If you've got a bigger cake, you will need something like that. Otherwise, your cake will not bake in the middle, and your cake will be there for ages, and you don't want that, do you? And remember, you're going to have a lot of washing up to do after, which is not the best bit, which I just don't like. So I'm just leveling the cake here. All around. Leveling it is a good way to make sure that your cake is leveled and it's not wonky, it's kind of straight. So always try to look at eye level, try and keep checking that your cake is level and it's not wonky. in any way. So there you go. And if you can't work with your cake, it's you're finding it quite difficult, you can always put it in the fridge just to make it a bit firmer, so you can use your cake. So you can work around your cake. And the crumbs you can always keep, or you can eat them, or you can make cake balls with them. So try not to waste them if you can. And you can use this as tasters as well. You can always taste your cake as well. Mine is actually a vanilla sponge cake. And I'm applying buttercream to my cake. So I've done my first layer, I crumb coated it. And then I've done another layer because I could still see the cake through, because it's a cream colour, ivory colour. So I realised that I had to do another layer because you don't want to see the cake through the layer. So I had to do another layer, as you can see. I didn't show the crumb coat, unfortunately, because I was rushed with time. However, if you want to see a crumb coat and see how we do that, you can watch my other video of some of my cakes that I've made, and you should be able to learn how to crumb coat. It's very important to crumb coat your cake first. It just gives you that smoother sort of look. So I'm just applying some buttercream all around the cake. Your hands and arms will get a bit achy, so you know, you'll realise over time. And now I'm just smoothing the cake with a cake scraper. There you go. And then cleaning your scraper every time. It just gives you that clean look. Just take the buttercream off your scraper like that, and then move it towards yourself. If you do find that you've got a bit of bubbles in your buttercream, you can always wash your cake scraper with hot water and then just apply it on the bubbles, and hopefully they will fade away. But practice makes perfect. Just keep practicing and hopefully you'll get it right. So I couldn't record any of it, but here we are, fortunately, because I ran out of time. But we're at the venue now. We have to deliver the cake, which you have delivered the cake to the location. I've set it up. I was quite stressed out, so I couldn't video it. But maybe next time I will be probably less stressed out to show you. And the decor, as you can see, is beautiful. So I'm going to walk towards the cake, and we're going to have a look at the final look of the wedding cake. As you can see, you've got the cameraman and everybody at the venue. And you can see the decor, how beautiful and elegant it is. So I'm just walking towards the cake so I can show you the wedding cake that I made. It took about 2-3 days. It was a lot of standing up, a lot of movement, but I was very tired. But I think at the end result was that it was actually worth all the effort that I made. And here it is, the wedding cake. Let me know what you think of my wedding cake, whether you like it, what you thought, any ideas. Sorry I couldn't make a long video on how I made the wedding cake. It probably would have been helpful for you, but maybe next time. But this is what I did today. It took me about an hour to set up the cake and put the tiers on, and do the fresh flowers, but we got there eventually. I hope you like my wedding cake, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos. If you want more videos like this, let me know. DIY Sam, so do it yourself, and that's what my channel is about. As you can see. Thanks for watching.